Okay, so there is a full-on war going on overseas, and I won't get into the political side of things, but I will tell you how this might affect your portfolio. Previously, we've seen these tensions cause huge spikes in the market, and usually to the downside. And all this really is panic, and maybe that would be a good opportunity to scale in. But let's discuss the ups and downs of exactly what this could mean and how you can best prepare. What's up, Compass Cartel, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Compass, your guide to everything crypto. Today I want to discuss how real life events can have a huge play in the market. And I'm not just talking crypto, as we've seen stocks have huge sell-offs in the past before. Now, we've seen these kind of shifts and trends in the market recently with Donald Trump's tariffs. And that was the taco trade of having him back out or go back into a certain tariff. And it really was as simple as buying the market when he introduced the tariff and then selling when he backed out. But it might not be the same thing for a potential war. That would obviously cause panic, and maybe a lot of people would run to safe havens like Bitcoin or gold. But you can bet that a lot of different assets will have a sell-off, and that goes for everything, including real estate, commodities, and securities. It's safe to say that nothing is safe in these uncertain times, but it's always smart to have a strategy and a plan to take into effect whenever this event does happen. So you might as well think ahead and have some money sidelined and cash parked ready to buy a potential dip. And remember, you don't always want to go all in all at once. You want to scale in and dollar cost average on the way down. Something else going on in the market is the fact that a lot of people are trying to capitalize off these tensions. And I'm talking more specifically on the Solana chain. A lot of meme coins have been coming out about war, and there are even people that are live streaming that are in that location. These people are going on live stream through Pump Fun, and they're talking about trading coins in the market overall, while a potential war could be breaking out. Now, obviously, this brings attention and it could cause their specific coin to pump, but it's also very dangerous. And if I'm being honest, anything can happen at any point. But like I always say, if the attention is there, the volume will kick in. And it's all about timing in that point, and you want to time it right so that you get in before the big volume steps in. It's hard to say when anything will happen, and we could see a big world event. We are even seeing rumors about a worldwide blackout, which could very well be in play. And hypothetically, if that was the case, then no one would have access to their phones or their portfolio, so they couldn't necessarily sell. But you can believe that big institutions and governments would have that access, and they would just dump on everyone's head. Because at the end of the day, it's all a game on who can buy early or sell the fastest near the top. So for now, you can ride the trends, but be very careful, as that can shift at a moment's notice. Like I've been saying, you don't want to be caught sitting in a trade that's currently in profit that you haven't closed and then having it dump on you to where you're negative. And it's always good to keep up with the news and what's going on, but you also have to remember that price action dictates news. And what that means is, for example, the price would fall regardless of what news comes out. The news is just what you see on the front end, and everyone blames that for the price, but in reality the price had to correct. So maybe we're headed for a healthy correction in the overall market, and then we can go up only. There are many possibilities and different outcomes that can happen, but it's best to be prepared with a strategy in case any of these events do happen. In all reality, the war tensions could also just fizzle out and the market just continues to run up. In that case, you should wait for a confirmation and a certain level to break in Bitcoin and other assets. And once those levels hit, then you can start scaling in. So you really can scale into the upside or the downside. It's really just catching the trend. And I know a lot of this may seem like a foreign language to you all, but don't worry. If you're confused, you can reach out to me and I can get you set up in my coaching program. This is where I will sit down with you one-on-one and we can really discuss all these strategies and potential outcomes outcomes that could come out in the market. I can show you how these trends work so that you can consistently bring in profit, because that really is the goal at the end of the day, and you have to understand markets to be able to do that. And regardless what goes on in the world or even in the market, I'll be here dropping videos every single week. And given the case of war tensions, I'm hoping that everyone comes out of this safely. So if you like what you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell button so you don't miss another one of my videos. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.